What's up, family? Trail here, and we have some breaking news to share with you. For starters, we just had a huge $280 billion bill that just passed in the Senate yesterday. Also, we have some good news as the Democrats and Republicans have agreed on a new reconciliation deal. Both of these are huge movements in Congress and signs that more progress is around the corner. In other news, no one won the huge lottery the other day, so you need to go ahead and get your tickets ready, guys, for the next one. But hey, let me go ahead and try to keep this video short, so don't forget how much a simple press of the like button does for this video and for this channel. And also, guys, I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers, so help a brother out, okay? But anyways, guys, go ahead and subscribe right now to the channel and go ahead and hit that like button for me, and let's go ahead and start this video. Well, guys, the former President Donald Trump has made it back to the White House after being gone for almost 2 years. Yes, guys, he went back to the White House in Washington, D.C., and he ended up speaking at a conservative conference in which some of those individuals took aim at him. Yes, it says that Donald Trump stated that, look, the people, they want to damage me, according to former President Donald Trump, as he entered in this conservative conference and he made a few words. Now, he was advised by some of his Republican colleagues to not talk about the election. Let's not talk about the election anymore, guys. It's been 2 years since President Biden has been in office, and the Republicans don't want to hear that anymore at this particular conference. Well, the former President Donald Trump ignored the Republicans calling for him to avoid repeating these false election claims. And yes, guys, this particular article talks about Donald Trump ignored the pressure from some fellow Republicans to avoid repeating his false claims about the stolen 2020 election, insisting that he won his second bid for the White House and would not allow his perceived enemies to bar a return. Now, this is his first speech in Washington since leaving office about 18 months ago. The former U.S. president stopped short of declaring his candidacy in the 2024 presidential election, but predicted that Republicans would retake the Senate, House of Representatives, and the White House. So again, guys, whether you or not you subscribe to that information, but me personally, I've told you guys before, I do not think that former President Donald Trump is going to run again. I feel like he has more at risk to end up trying to run and end up losing. He definitely don't want to have 2 losses on his resume, guys. That's just not the way Donald Trump runs. Now, I will say that he will continue to pressure and tell everyone that he's thinking about running. But me personally, guys, hold me accountable. I do not believe that he will officially run for the 2024 presidential election. But anyways, guys, hold me to it. Let's talk about this later on when the time comes up. But for right now, guys, let's go ahead and move on. Now, we did have some huge news yesterday, guys, and that is because the Fed ended up speaking, in which they ended up doing another Fed hike on the interest rates, and this time the same as last time, about 0.75 percentage points for the second consecutive time. And this is all to fight the current inflation that we're in right now, guys. The Federal Reserve on Wednesday enacted its second conservative 0.75% percentage points interest rate hike, taking its benchmark rate to a range of around 2.25 to 2.5%. Yes, Chair Jerome Powell said that there will be a point where the Fed starts to slow the hikes to assess their impact thus far. And in a statement, they said that we actually think that we need a period of growth below potential in order to create some slack in what we're having going on right now, guys. But anyways, guys, the Federal Reserve raised these interest rates another time, which means this is going to be more drastic news in regards to the mortgage and home industries. As far as those home sales goes, we will probably see the continuing of the home sales dropping over the next month or so as well, considering that some individuals can't see themselves being able to afford a home at this time. Now, the interest rates went from around 3% up to now 6%, guys. So that is what the Fed is doing right now to lower the inflation that we're in right now, which the inflation rate is around 9.1%, which we probably will have that number actually go up for the month of July, but we won't have those numbers until the first week of August. So anyways, guys, that was some huge news yesterday that the Federal Reserve Reserve has raised the interest rates again. But on to some good news, guys. Hey, the CEO of Raising Cane's, you know, that chicken place that sells a lot of chicken. Yes, he ended up buying 50,000 Mega Million tickets, lottery tickets that is, in hopes that he actually wins, and he was planning on sharing that money with all of the employees that work for Raising Cane's. Now, he ended up buying 50,000 tickets, in which he actually stated that was actually tougher than actually you would think. To sit up there in a store and buy 50,000 tickets for 50,000 employees, that is a lot of tickets, guys. But that is good to see that he was actually using his own money to spend it in hopes that he wins, to pass it out to all of the employees that work at the greatest chicken place on earth. Even though they don't carry barbecue sauce, guys, they do have cane sauce, which a lot of people love. But anyways, guys, hey, no one ended up winning that mega lottery, so that means that you have an opportunity to now win $1.02 billion from the Mega Millions jackpot. Yes, guys, considering that no one won the previous drawing, that means this Friday, I believe, they're going to be drawing that once again. Now, the amount of money has gone up significantly and is now worth $1.02 billion. So, guys, you definitely want to at least put $5 on the lottery just to see if you have an opportunity to win. But you already know the odds of winning are very low. But again, guys, that is the Mega Millions jackpot lottery that is coming up within the next 24 hours or so. But moving on, guys, hey, we do have some other good news that just happened on Wednesday, and that is because, yes, Senators Chuck Schumer and Senators Joe Manchin have finally striked a deal on the reconciliation bill. Now, this bill is going to be worth $700 billion. Now, according to this article, it says that the West Virginia centrist and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer struck an agreement on a party line bill that almost everyone in Washington had given up on. And we are talking about this bill that Senator Joe Manchin ended up killing back in December of 2021. But here we are again. They have been trying to get this bill passed for the entire year of 2022, and here we are in the 7th month of July, and finally, guys, they were able to finally strike a deal on the reconciliation bill. Now, it says that Schumer, Manchin both announced this deal on the reconciliation bill that is going to include some tax increases, climate change, and some energy provisions. Yes, the reconciliation bill would invest more than $400 billion over 10 years to be fully paid for by closing some tax loopholes on the richest Americans and corporations. It would also reduce deficits by $300 billion over that decade, and now citing some estimates from nonpartisan congressional tax and budget offices. Now, in addition to that, guys, these are just some of the things that this actual bill or this package would include, which is estimated around $739 billion. Now, it says that $313 billion is through a 15% corporate minimum tax rate, $288 billion through prescription drug price reform, including measures to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices and to cap out-of-pocket costs to $2,000, $124 billion through the IRS enforcement of reform tax code, and then $14 billion through closing the carried interest loophole. And the bill would also invest a total of $433 billion, which $369 billion from a suite of energy and climate related programs, and $64 billion from extending an expanded Affordable Care Act program for 3 years through 2025. So again, guys, this is going to be a huge bill worth around $780 billion. And it looks like this bill is pretty much bipartisan from both sides. It looks like they were able to get votes or support for this bill from both sides of the aisle. So that is some very good news, because, like I said, they have been trying to get this bill passed for over a year now, in which those two centrists, Senators Christine Sinema and Senators Joe Manchin, killed the deal last year. And now, finally, guys, they were able to come up with an agreement to move forward with this particular piece of legislation. Now, whether or not when they're going to pass this bill, we still don't know when they're going to bring it to the floor for a vote. But so far, guys, it looks like we have a promising deal on the table. Now, I'm assuming that there will be a few negotiations going back and forth to figure out the exact language of this bill before it is passed. Now, what they did not mention is whether or not this bill is going to include some more stimulus checks for the American people. However, let me remind you guys that the previous stimulus packages, they didn't really have the stimulus check in the bill until after the language was already created. So hopefully that goes the same thing for this particular bill moving forward. And hopefully we do have some more stimulus checks or a fourth stimulus check in the works coming up very soon, guys, especially if we are going to be entering into this recession in 2023. But in the meantime, guys, I will keep you guys posted as usual. And last but not least, guys, like I said, they just passed another bill in the Senate yesterday on Wednesday. Yes, guys, the Senate finally passed a $280 billion bill called the CHIPS bill. Yes, this is going to provide some scientific research on creating more chips as far as technology goes in the United States. And this is obviously to compete with China and other countries, especially as we are dealing with a drought of chips right now, in which car makers are unable to produce more cars because they are at a shortage of chips to go into the cars, guys. So yes, this piece of legislation provides $52 billion for semiconductor industry, and it looks on track to become law in just a few days, guys. Now, like I said, it just passed in the Senate. It has already passed in the House. So guys, this is going to be some huge news as the United States needs to compete with other countries, because we can't afford to continue to keep purchasing all of our products from other countries like Taiwan as far as chips are concerned, as well as buying our products from Mexico, as well as buying our products from China, guys. So this is a huge move in the right direction in order to produce and manufacture our own chips here in the United States. And the United States government is going to provide $280 billion for this particular movement. So this is some awesome news, guys, which also is going to produce some more jobs in this country. So that is exactly what the government wants us to do, which is to create more jobs, create more housing in this country. And if you can figure out how to do either of those two things, the government is going to be willing to give you more money, guys. Keep that in your minds. Keep that in your minds, guys. But anyways, guys, hey, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all we have for you today. But if you enjoyed this content today and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel right now. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.